This is the same UC Riverside where last year Armando Navarro was preaching his brown supremacy rhetoric and hate, where Kevin De Leon was pushing his open borders bigotry. So there are signs along the way here. Perfect. This campus doesn't feel as radical yet. I'm going to hub 355. Damn. How you doing, man?
Oh, not bad. Just taking a breather here.
Good. All right, I'll see you there. Okay, I'm just having it go live for now, folks. We'll see what happens in Raleigh pretty soon. Hub 355. If you're in the Riverside area, this is where I am. Okay. Wonder how many of them are illegal. Hub. So I'm just giving you an idea. This is where we are. This is what we have here at UC Riverside. Raza Grad. They have segregated the graduation ceremony. That's pretty racist. Buy native, think native. Okay. Wow. Colleges have gotten crazier by the minute. They've gotten absolutely crazier by the minute. The mother of dragons? What? Okay. Here we go. Wow. How wacky does it get? Me week. Semi-cool. Okay, so we got. They're not just. Colleges are not just liberal, they're leftist. This is crazy. I wonder how many people are going to be here. So we've got Gold Coast to Ghana. There we go. 3. Thank you. Hi, Andrew. Good. Are you here with Travis?
Oh, of course.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Look at all the crazy people. Okay. Oh, so you're the guys protesting Travis Allen? Okay. No borders? Okay. Wow. So you said red hat, brown shirt, same thing? So people with red hats are rounding up Jews. Hold on. People with red hats are rounding up Jews and pushing them into concentration camps or death camps.
Fucking president supports mass deportation.
I know it is.
Yes.
Jews were not illegals in Germany. They were citizens who got rounded up and pushed into death camps.
And said that they are committing crimes against Germans, just like you people are spreading propaganda.
You people. Sounds racist.
Your party are
You people. Hey, Nathan.
Yes,
I remember.
spreading
Nathan.
propaganda saying immigrants are Americans.
Okay.
That's wrong.
This
That's how it started in
guy.
fascism.
This guy says to me that red hat, brown shirt, same thing. Did you know that Donald Trump has officially recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel? Does that sound like a Nazi? No, it doesn't.
Does it sound
Hitler
like
didn't
Nazis
recognize
say
Jews as human
The
beings.
people marching in Charlottesville.
Where are your signs? I see all these creepy Montecano signs.
You said they were fine people.
Okay.
You said some of them were fine people.
Who did?
The people chanting-
Hitler said never said anything good about Jews.
Donald Trump said some of the people in Charlottesville, some of them were
What-
fine people. These people.
What were fine people?
I said third time. People marching in Charlottesville.
What about 'em?
Taking torches, chanting blood and soil.
Uh-huh.
The president who you support says at least some of them are just fine.
No, he didn't. Next.
Everybody saw that.
He called them out, alt left. They were left wing like you guys. Where are your tiki torches?
No, the tiki torches. Fascist, KKK, pro-Confederate flag.
Okay.
And they ran over
You know-
a woman, Heather Heyer,
Okay,
and
okay.
killed her.
By the way, I was one of the first, most vocal people to condemn the death of Heather
Well,
Heyer.
you won't condemn the president who refuses to condemn all these fascists.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Okay, you don't support borders. I have a question. Do you have a door? Do you lock it? Because that's like a border. Do you support the door for your own home? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you have a door? Do you lock it?
No common sense. No common sense at all.
They're not open-minded, so they have definitely closed doors for their minds. Okay, do you have walls around your home? Because if you say no walls, then there shouldn't be any walls around your home. So that's kind of hypocritical, don't you think? Okay, I tried. But I'm fascinated that you keep comparing Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler. I just find it
The only
fascinating.
one who has. Go and talk to some historians on this.
But I'm talking to you because you are an educated man, I assume.
I am, and I am.
Okay, so how do you justify this comparison when I just told you that Donald Trump recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, whereas Hitler wanted to bury Jews and destroy Israel? So how do you reconcile that?
Well, not all fascists are necessarily anti-Semitic. What they have in common is extreme militarism.
Okay, so you acknowledge. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, I interrupted you. I apologize. Go ahead.
Extreme nationalism.
Okay.
Make America great again.
Sure.
Extreme militarism.
Okay.
Supporting torture. Supporting people in his cabinet like Wendy, that woman who oversaw
Wendy
a
who?
CIA black site. She oversaw a CIA black site.
Okay.
In his cabinet now. That's for the legalization of torture. Wars
Okay.
for empire. And Hitler's slogan was very much like yours. Deutschland über alles.
I don't recall him saying America over all.
America first is some fascist, ultra-nationalist stuff
Okay.
that's not welcome here.
So you don't think that we should put our countries first? Oh, this is too much fun. The world needs to see it. Okay.
People people of the world.
Okay, yeah.
This is not
I'm sorry?
people of the world. They have borders.
We're doing, you see the thing that we did in Vermont the other day?
Yeah, that you guys, victory. Excellent.
Ukaipa on Monday.
Ukaipa is next.
It's on their agenda.
Thank you. Perfect.
And then Riverside on Tuesday.
They're going to opt out of SB 54. Wow, way to go, guys. I'm proud of you. Okay, so now fascism means if this was a fascist regime, you wouldn't be able to do. You didn't like me interrupting you, and now you're interrupting me. So you support communism. Anarcho. Okay. Would you give me some of your money since you believe in spreading the wealth, right? Can I have some of your money? Because you believe in sharing, right? How do you define fascism?
In the name of humanity, we refuse.
How do you define fascism?
Stupid people believe it.
How do you define it?
Don't be scared.
No.
That's not you, not you.
Okay.
I don't know what you said. That guy over there trying to scare people.
Can you define fascism?
Sure. Really, honestly, in most left's opinion, there is no definition. It can be what the fuck it wants to be.
Then it's nothing if you can't define
That's
it.
why when we come to a fascist, it really kind of makes no sense. But really, at the end of the day, it's a bunch of nonsense.
Okay,
there
so
is no set fascist theory because it's a bunch of bullshit.
So you think they're nonsensical because they're saying refuse fascism. You just said to me that fascism is a nonsensical. Oh, sorry.
Let me clarify. Let me clarify.
Fascist.
My bad. Let me touch it. Let me clarify.
Okay, I'm giving you space.
Yeah, let me clarify.
Fascist.
The fascism has no central ideology that you can actually point to and be like, this is what we believe. It's always been really when the capitalist class or the ruling class starts seeing their power going away, the working class is rising up, like in the Communist Party was rising. The people at the top got so scared of losing their power, they hired cops. Always not. That's what fascism is. When the ruling class is the representative of the bourgeoisie, when the powers that be are so scared they lose their power, they go all out and react as fuck. In 1920s, Argentina, in 1920s, when the anarcho-syndicalist unions had the whole fucking city on a general strike, the state responded.
Which city was that?
Barcelona, Buenos Aires, 1920s.
Okay.
The whole city was under anarcho-syndicalist workers' rule, basically. It went on strike.
Okay.
The state was so fucking terrified.
Sure.
They deported any immigrant anarchist and imprisoned any anarchist national. Why are they so scared?
Well, I got a question. I want to let you know, before that, there was another workers' syndicate rulership, if you will. That was in 1870, Paris. Did you know about that?
Paris Commune? Yes, I did.
How long did it last?
Well, I mean, why did it not last so long? Well, didn't they get invaded by, like, the monarchy? Didn't they get attacked?
No, they actually collapsed from within.
No, that's not what happened.
You can Guy de Maupassant reported about it, for example.
So they were not attacked.
They started eating the animals in the zoo because they ran out of property, just like in Venezuela, because this is what happens with communist regimes every time.
But imperialism destabilizes. Are you aware of the difference between Marxism and anarchism?
Yes, you're saying
No,
within.
you're not.
Yes, because anarchism means no government, correct?
Very, 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 very simple definition. Here's
Go
what
ahead.
Here's what anarchism is. The rejection of hierarchical authority, because it creates a relationship between individuals that is unpleasant for both.
So mean no government, right?
No state. No state. It's a big difference.
No government.
No state.
Okay, so how do you distinguish between no government and no state?
Well, the government could be like a democracy. It's the way it's organized. The state is an institution that protects a minority class. In capitalism, it's the capitalist class. Under state communism, it was the party. The party became the new capitalist class. Now the whole state owns all property.
So there should be no leadership.
No state, yeah. What do you understand?
Okay.
They only defend a minority.
Okay.
So when
Fair enough.
when workers go on strike for better wages, who goes to stop them?
Now let me ask you a question. Hold on. Now unions, don't they have a hierarchy? There are union leaders, right?
What about the IWW?
There's a leader, isn't there?
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is. Look into it.
I'm in the IWW. I would fucking know. I'm actually in that shit, so we don't.
Okay, so aren't there people who give directions?
No, not really. No.
Okay, so then how is there any kind of a community of interest?
We have delegates.
Okay, it was nice talking to you. Okay, drive out the Trump-Pence regime. Could you tell me what fascism is?
He's doing a silent protest.
When you say immigrant, is it legal or illegal? You have a nice communist flag or star there. It was nice talking to you.
We got communist flag. We got Yankee.
Nobody wanted to talk to me.
That's okay, I'll talk to you.
Nobody wanted to tell me what fascism is. Oh, did I push something? Okay. So, did they fry her yet? Is she going to jail yet?
No, not yet.
But there's a case and a trial.
Yeah, arraignment's set for next month.
Really? Well, congratulations. You're getting more justice than I ever have. Good for you. Congratulations. Are you going to be a witness, or is she going to plea out?
I don't know yet.
But the DA has charged her.
Yes, yeah.
Nice. And just to recap, everybody, this is the guy whose hat got taken from him by that creepy brown supremacist La Raza lady who probably hasn't seen an exercise bike ever in her life. Down to. So this guy, the person who stole his hat, is now being prosecuted. Congratulations. We need Riverside justice in LA County. Please bring it. Okay. Okay, I gotta ask one more question and then I'll... Okay. Okay, I just have one quick question for all of you anarchists or whatever. Do you guys do birthday parties?
Hell yeah!
No birthday parties? Okay. Okay. I don't think they do birthday parties. They don't believe in capitalism. Oh well. You guys are the liaisons, okay? Oh, keeping us safe, thank you. Okay, so here we are, folks. This is pretty weak for a... Let me talk to my friend here and we'll see what we can come up. I'll give you a hat here. Probably have like they're like funny little animals. They're like the oddities of the California menagerie here. Okay, so we're waiting for Travis Allen to show up. Okay, so a friend of mine just told me we've got Europa Valley, Riverside, and another city are taking steps now to opt out of SB 54. This is really exciting. Let me see if I can find that guy again. Oh, okay. You're the one who gave... So give me those announcements again. Which cities?
City of Yucaipa, 6 o'clock on Monday.
Okay.
And then Riverside. Hey, when's Riverside's meeting?
Riverside, what Riverside?
Oh, Ben, where's Ben?
About SB 54 opting out.
So Chuck Connor's a councilman in the city of Riverside.
Let me go over here. The light's better.
Chuck Connor's the councilman in the city of Riverside. He's actually going to be pushing it to get on the agenda on Riverside. So, so if we can get people there to support him, that'd be great.
Sure.
But Yucaipat's actually on the agenda.
Good.
To oppose SB 54.
Good. We want them, if you have contacts there, tell them to issue a stay of compliance. I'll email it to them. That is a meaty, that has teeth in it, in which they'll continue to comply with federal law because of the conflict between state and federal laws. That's what the city of Orange has done. Okay, so rather a resolution's great, a lawsuit is better, a stay of compliance is best. All three would be really good. So are you going to be there at the Yucaipa meeting?
I'll be at Yucaipa, and I'll probably be at Riverside.
Are there any other cities?
Well, yeah.
Beaumont has already done it.
Right, so on social media, if you go, there's a group page called No Sanctuary. That's where you want to go. That's where I'm going to be posting everything that's coming up in the Inland Empire, Riverside, and San Bernardino County. There's actually a lot of stuff coming up.
I understand that there's word on the street San Bernardino County is going to take steps very soon.
I haven't heard about that.
What about Riverside County?
Riverside County is poo-pooed it, but what we plan to do is get a large proportion, hopefully a majority of cities in the county of Riverside, and then go back to the county. We're also going to go back to the city of Murrieta and try to push it aside.
Yeah.
Because Murrieta, Temecula, Menifee, all those cities in southwest Riverside County, they are the most conservative cities in the entire state of California.
Right.
There's no reason why they should not be jumping on board.
Right. I understand.
There's no political reason to prevent them from doing it.
Murrieta basically said, well, we opposed it before and we're just affirming what we had said, and that's not good enough.
They're
We want to see opting out. We want to see ICE being able to move in, just like Los Alamitos did. They're welcoming ICE into the city, and they're working with ICE actively. And what would be really nice is to then see the ACLU completely divided, so that they aren't able to do anything meaningful on a legislate. They're trying to sue and intimidate Los Alamitos, but it's like you're suing the city for upholding the Constitution.
Right. Well, yeah, they're saying what they're doing is violating state law, but isn't what the state's doing violating the U.S. Constitution?
And this is following with Obama's own legal. With his own legal theory that he sued Arizona in 2010.
There's no logical process to what the left has been doing ever since Trump has gotten in office. I mean, he's done things actually that are coincident with what Obama's done, and then they protested.
Who are you talking about?
Since Trump's gotten in office.
Trump. Oh, got it. Okay, got it.
Like the so-called ban. It's not a ban. Presidents are always.
Oh, I know.
They're always issuing orders like, don't travel here. We're not going to let people travel back and forth from this country or that country. But they're making it an issue, and they're complicit with biased media. And,
yes.
There's this huge coalition.
It's pretty destructive. Absolutely, I appreciate it. What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan, got it.
Oh, and don't forget, this is what I said in Beaumont, and bring this up everywhere you go if you're out there fighting sanctuary cities. Anybody that's out there supporting sanctuary cities, it's actually, illegal immigration is an underlying foundational issue when it comes to sanctuary cities, but there's a distinct difference because sanctuary cities protect convicted criminals.
That's right, and that's what SB 54 is doing.
You are supporting sanctuary cities. You are an accessory to murder, rape, and every crime committed by an illegal immigrant that's here. If you're illegal, you shouldn't be here in the first place, but if you're committing a crime and you're here illegally, there's no rational reason why anybody should claim that you still deserve a right to be in our country. You do not belong here. Governor Brown and the Democrats were complicit in getting together and reducing several felonies into misdemeanors.
Exactly.
Then Governor Brown reduced the sentence for a bunch of misdemeanors from 365 days to 364 days. Specifically because if you're incarcerated more than 364 days and you're here illegally, or you're here legally and you're not a citizen, you get deported. And in order for them to avoid that, he reduced their sentence down to 364.
Just by one day.
They define a lot of these misdemeanors as nonviolent. It's a whole bunch of crap. They just they redefine things as something that they're not. That's why there's an uptick in violence and crime, and it is not. It is not proportional. The amount of crimes that illegal immigrants are committing
is disproportionate.
Is disproportionate, and to a much greater degree.
Nathan, are you working? You're working on a campaign, right?
Yeah, Andrew Kaya.
Good, that's it.
Running to repeal and replace Chad Mays.
Why should we get rid of Chad Mays?
Because Chad Mays was the architect of the largest gas tax increase in California history under the guise of captive trade, which is a scheme basically government uses to get businesses to pay on the front end, and then they try to subsidize their plans to clean our air and reduce carbon emissions by raising our gas tax rates. And
got it. Perfect. There's my contact, just in case you don't have it already. Thank you. Okay. Hi. Look at the communist hats that they're wearing. If they really believe in communism, they should go live in North Korea. That guy was outside of the Department of Homeland Security building in San Bernardino County in late December last year. If they really believe in anarchy, they must think that human nature is basically good. I know, that's so 2004. These guys are way behind the time here. Oh, he's coming to say hi. It's really hard to read your sign when it's all up in my face. This is really funny. Peace and love. Okay. And so you're like a student advisor to make sure they don't interrupt the meeting, or some staffer to make sure they don't interrupt it.
I'm just a university staff here.
Okay.
Sure everything is
Nobody gets killed. Okay. Sounds good. Can we go inside now? Can we go inside? Can we go inside now? I'm with Kevin.
Yeah, I know you.
Oh, you good? Okay.
How are you all feel?
I'm very good. I tried
How's
to.
everybody on the stream?
Everybody's happy.
Feel the energy at this meeting?
They haven't shut me down. Oh, I need to get a.
Blue one. Yeah, you can get it right on the
Okay,
table.
I gotta get a.
Just the camera.
I gotta get a badge or a. Hey, okay. I need a bracelet. I'm here with Kevin. Kevin is my ticket in.
No, Kevin list. Kevin.
I get the blue ribbon. All right. How are you? I remember you from the party last December. Sorry. Go ahead, Matt. Okay. I'm special. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Arthur, take a look at his t-shirt.
Okay, let me see. Oh, that's good. Yes. Very good. You know, so you get arrested, for barging in and trying to use a bathroom without buying something, but they play the race card, and then everybody just bitches and moans, hey, let's boycott Starbucks. There's an idea. They want to hire, what is it, illegals and refugees, but they don't want to do anything for veterans or Americans and all that other, all those other people who actually make this country great. Apparently they don't matter. Nice shirt, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I want Obama in jail.
Yeah, I do too.
Laura.
Bill is running for which seat? And okay, I know Aja really well. So I better sit down. Let's see. I'm gonna go around the other way. Excuse me. Oh, every seat has stuff. This is great. This is nice. I'll sit in the middle. Look at all this great stuff. There we go. That's right. They may shut down Toys R Us, but they'll never shut down us deplorables. Now, will they?
So you're a deplorable. You're damn right I am.
Yes, I am.
I'm not denying.
I gotta.
I didn't know I was going to see you here, man.
I'm glad I made it. Kevin invited me,
Oh,
and so you just never know what'll happen. So, boy, the traffic is terrible. It is brutal. I left at 2, and it still took me like 2.5 hours. I can't believe it.
I'm lucky I live down the street.
Yes, you do. That's it. So I understand Riverside we got a council member who's ready to take a stand against SB 54. So we got to make sure to support him to get it on the. I don't know. Fletcher told me. So I think that's his name. He'll tell us.
I wonder which one. Well, Bailey's the mayor. I wonder if Bailey's the mayor.
Well, I know Rusty's.
I went to the supervisor's meeting.
Okay.
Where they approved sanctuary city or sanctuary county status.
Oh my God.
It has no legal binding, right? But
that's disgusting.
They had all the DACA illegals come in and start talking. They brought them in the van.
Oh, it was like the Dream Act DACA thing. That's what it was about, I think, wasn't it?
It was that, and basically saying that.
Wow.
They approved the sanctuary county.
That's disgusting.
Even though it's supervisors. There's no legal binding to that, so it doesn't mean anything.
We need to flip it around and make sure that ICE can work freely.
Well, we already made sure the council didn't put it on the agenda.
Good.
But that was like a year and a half ago. So.
Good. Look at all this great stuff. Okay, here's Senator Morrell. Wow, that's Riverside County. It's huge. Let's see. Are there cities here? Okay, so there's Joshua Tree. Give me a sec. There's Rancho, but that's San Bernardino.
Right.
Okay, so they have to cut off a part, like that part. Okay, now it all makes sense. Fontana. So this is all San Bernardino, so it's like this.
County, right.
This is Riverside County. Got it.
Well, no, Riverside County's over here.
Yes.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
The map.
Lake Elsinore, Wildemar, Menifee.
Hemet, this is Riverside County.
Yeah. Where are we right now? Where are you? Riverside, right here. So we're right there, everybody. Yeah, a little geography lesson for all of you. Okay.
See where the 10 is?
Yes.
So the 10, this is the dividing line is there somewhere.
Here it is. There's the 10. And then it goes down. There's Moreno Valley.
Harupa Valley, it cuts off at Riverside County.
Where is Harupa Valley?
Then San Bernardino.
There's Yucaipa. That's in Riverside, isn't it?
Wait a minute.
Oh, here it is. No, I see the line. There it is.
Yeah,
this is the line.
Yeah,
This is Riverside.
Yucaipa is San Bernardino County. I believe so.
Okay. Got it. There's a red line right
like
here.
Redlands, Redlands. Redlands is San Bernardino.
That's definitely San Bernardino, yeah.
But it's right next to it, though.
There's Carino. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Yeah, there it is. Ta-da. I got it. Good. Perfect. So you were telling me? What's up?
I don't know. I forgot.
It's okay. It'll probably come back. Waiting for Travis to show up. Okay, this is really nice. Having it on a UC campus here. They haven't killed us. Antifa isn't storming the gates here. This is good.
It's not really Antifa.
Oh, that's true. They're just a bunch
the same
of...
guys that showed up 2 weeks ago for the conservative conference.
Oh, really, huh?
Sebastian Orca.
Oh,
There's
no
about 10 of them, maybe.
Oh, really?
Standing across the street. But there's a couple brown berets. There's like 2 or 3.
Oh, yeah. Brown supremacy is big here.
There's a couple of them. Yeah.
Did you know...
really
yeah.
big women. Look like they ate really well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Welfare queens. Welfare queens. Yeah, like, what's his name? Kevin De Leon, the brown supremacist. He was here last year with Armando Navarro. They were preaching about Aslan.
Yeah, they were here, right.
Stolen land and all that other delusional garbage. Yeah, I'm telling you, 20 years ago, those people would be in mental institutions. But now it's like mainstream liberalism.
They still belong in mental institutions.
Yeah, but it's mainstream, so nobody says anything.
We've just been a little too easy on them.
Yeah, we need to lock them up. Lock them up.
The insane are running the asylum.
I know, they sure are. Let me see, there's Kochik.
Hey, thanks for coming, man.
I'm glad I could make it, yes.
Yeah, that was really good.
I'm glad I could make it, absolutely. All right, Riverside Republican Assembly, getting busy. Okay. Yeah, they are crazy. Brown supremacists are insane and they should be locked up. Damn, I should have brought my... There's Aja running for Congress against Mark Takano. Okay, he's running for Linder's seat. Very good. Somebody's calling me. Excuse me.
He's in El Segundo, and I don't know if you know of any LA groups that you can connect with.
Yes, I do. I know plenty of them. Wow, you're out here in El Segundo. I can't believe I never met you before.
Yeah.
There's my card. Call me, email me. I'll get you in touch with lots of teams out there. Beach Cities Republicans. We got the South Bay Republican Assembly. I'll get you in touch with them. Thanks a lot. Say your name again.
I'm Matthew Hoy.
Matthew.
Hoy. H-O-Y.
Okay, Hoyle?
H-O-Y.
Okay, Hoy.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, got it. Well, hello. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Don't do my friend.
Okay, no problem.
I saw you
Yes?
on. I was trying to make it, but I had that bad accent, so I wasn't able to make it. I
Okay.
saw you.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing better. It's up to you.
Okay, sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, you didn't go to Unite IE. I said you ever Unite IE in Riverside.
Oh, I couldn't make it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
You're all over the place.
there's only
like
so
me,
much
yeah.
I can do.
I know, no. Yeah.
But
But
I'm glad you can watch the video. I mopped the floor with them.
I watched it. They Facebooked it live.
Oh, sure.
They did live streaming it.
Oh, absolutely.
The whole convention together.
Which one was that now? Next to me?
Yes, I said next to you. Yeah, yeah. You're like
There we go, folks.
That Sunday I met you. I'm so blessed just to be here. Yeah. Lord, you're gonna be good. I've been right there. You're sitting right next to me. That's right. How you doing?
Okay, folks. Let me get back. Have a seat. Okay, we're hoping for a revival here in Riverside County. Riverside was wholly red, and some of it got taken over by blue, so we're hoping to be able to change that. There's Aja. Let's see what we got here. Why do millennials scare us?
I knew that.
So let's see Stan Sniff's excuse regarding SB 54. On one side, California legislators continue to cut communication among local jails and their federal partners. On the other hand, the Department of Justice says failure to cooperate may cost local agencies essential funding. County sheriffs are left to navigate a legal and ethical maze. Okay, this is a really crappy set of excuses. There's nothing to justify any of this whatsoever. Mr. Sniff wants to make excuses when he should be very clearly abiding by federal law because he took an oath just like everybody else. So we need to vote for his challenger. Oh, okay, here's Dalton. I remember him. Yes. Okay, so he's talking about the red and blue distinction. So here's Stan Sniff wanting to play nice. Lincoln Club of Riverside County. That's it. Oh, brother, this guy's got to go. Matthew Vitale. That's the name of the guy whose hat got stolen. Matthew, I remember his first name. Jose Marin. There he is. Mr. Jeffries, he is on the Board of Supervisors. Here's Congressman Calvert. There we go. Oh, it's in Spanish. Get out and vote. All right, folks, I'll be right back. So, and there's Kevin. He's the president for the Riverside Republican. Andrew. That's it.
Second trash.
Hey everybody, if we could have you move forward, please. Please fill in the gaps. Move forward.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you very much.
Got it. Got it. Do you have an extra that I can take? Okay, I'll take it.
Grab it when you're ready to go.
I'd be thrilled. Thank you. Sounds good. Yeah, I have lots of them. I also have a PDF if you want it. I can send it to you. I don't think I have your email.
Hello Riverside, my name is Kevin Gauthier. I'm the president of the Riverside Republican Assembly. Last year, I graduated from UC Riverside, and I'm a proud Republican.
Yeah!
It's incredibly exciting to have you all tonight and be able to organize an event for Travis Allen with our great local candidates.
What a piece of... He has the audacity to run for supervisor.
Growing up in France, I was dreaming about living in America. And today, I really feel that Travis Allen embodies the spirit of California. Freedom-loving, optimistic, but also willing to fight every single day for what he believes is right.
Who's running for the 40th? Okay.
And Travis Allen has shown to all of us his value. He served as a state assemblyman for 6 years in Sacramento. And let me tell you, his voting record is flawless.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
I think if everybody got behind him and helped him...
I will not say it, but UCR has been very unfair with us.
I don't think
2 weeks ago,
treat him like
they invited Kevin De Leon.
He should be something. I'll talk to him.
I hope nobody in this room is going to vote for him, huh?
No!
But listen, UCR, they rolled him the red carpet. The Chancellor himself came to shake his hand, take a picture, and give him an award.
Boo!
But when it says
Lock
the
'em up.
Republicans want to put together an event for Travis Allen, the only thing they gave us is a $1,000 security bill. And they pack us in this tiny room.
Oh.
We should have done way better for the tickets. We had to stop it. We were sold out very first days. Very unfair, UCR. Well, they might have the media, special interest, and even the universities now. But we have something much more powerful than they do. We have millions of Californians who are saying enough is enough.
Yes!
And the truth is, in the upcoming months, it's not going to be a choice between two parties.
Kevin
There's going to be a choice
is
between
French.
two very different futures. And let me tell you what I stand for. Well, I stand for the California that's going to uphold and cherish our constitutional rights.
Yes.
I stand for the California that is smart, open, and prosperous. And we have to respect our laws. No laws, no place, no country.
Right.
And I choose also a California that is efficient. And we all know this. Tax filing days was the 18th. We pay way too much in taxes and have too little back. So we don't want Sacramento to charge us monstrous taxes and outrageous regulations. Well, my friend, for the sake of limited government, for the sake of the rule of law, the sake of sanctity of life,
Yes.
but also the Second Amendment, the right to bear and carry arms.
That's right.
It's our duty to engage and help Travis Allen, but also Billy Asaley, Anja Smith, and Andrew Kotyuk. And if we believe in our ideas, we are going to do much more than just win an election. We're going to be able to write history. And it's possible. If we get into work, make phone calls, walk precincts, knock on doors, if each one of us can make a huge difference. Well, thank you for allowing me to open this great event. Now we're going to all welcome chivalrously our master of ceremony, Billy Asaley.
Good evening, UCR. Who's excited to be here? Who's excited to take our state back? Who's excited to exercise some free speech? Because shouldn't free speech be just that, free? Right?
Yes.
So shame on UCR for imposing a $1,000 fine on the young Republicans for trying to exercise their free speech. It's wrong. Let's get things started and make this a fun event. We're excited. We're excited to hear from our speakers, and you're going to hear from some local candidates. And when you're focused on things like the governor's race, don't forget about the local candidates, because when we get our Republican governor up in Sacramento, he needs help. He's going to need some help from the legislature. So we got to get the right people there. And we're excited to introduce some candidates tonight, including myself. Well, let's get started with our prayer with Miss Bonnie Schaefer, who's going to come up and lead us in a prayer. She's the government leader for Californians, Heartland Apostolic Prayer Network.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you, everyone, and thank you, Kevin, for the invitation to be here tonight. Yes, I would like for everyone to stand, if you would, please. And if you could pray in agreement with me. The Bible says that when we pray in agreement, we get what we ask for. I've been a part of the Apostolic Prayer Network for about 8 years, and it's based in Oklahoma City. We have a team here in California. We've been praying over the land and been praying for this state for intercessory prayer for this state. So I'm going to make some declarations tonight that we feel the Lord has spoken over California. So with your agreement, we can have a power that's going to
Yes.
thrust us forward and see what God has in mind. So, Heavenly Father, we come before you right now, and we thank you, Lord, for an open heaven over this place tonight. Psalm 24 tells us, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. So we know, Lord, that you love California, and she belongs to you. We invite you to bring a new move into California and to start here on this UC campus. We welcome you here tonight to begin this work. Touch every campus that is visited on this tour. Bring fresh revelation to usher in the sound of freedom that can break the atmosphere of evil off of campuses, towns, and regions. Let new vision come and old ways let go. Bring a move that will change that which has been rooted deep in our governmental and educational systems and roll back the reproach off of California.
Yes.
Thus restoring faith and hope once again. Reform our government new and fresh. Unlock the true sound of your justice and mercy and righteousness that brings old systems down and raises others up in grace and mercy. Unseat a wrong movement and replace it with justice in the gates as you give us the sound of victory and triumph. Bless Assemblyman Travis Allen and all who are rising to your call with boldness, wisdom, and favor as they run this race. And as they move into their new assignments, their seats of authority, may there come a new form of the release of supply across this state and a new dimension of leadership and anointing that comes forth out of California that releases the sound of freedom, causing a shift that brings lasting change to our nation. We declare victory here tonight, Lord, as we say, may your kingdom come, may your will be done in this place you love called California. And we pray this in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Remain standing because we're going to have the great Miss Aja Smith lead us in the pledge, who is a candidate for Congress and a United States Armed Services veteran.
Thank you. Everyone, put your right hand over your heart, and veterans, you may salute. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, everyone, so just to get started here, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am Bill Asaley, and I'm running for the 60th Assembly District, which is comprised of the cities of Corona, Norco, Eastvale, and western part of Riverside and Rupa Valley. So if you live in those districts, I'd love your support. I'd ask for your vote coming up in these elections. But even if you don't live in that district, my race is a statewide race. It's an important race because the Democrats have a super majority in California. They don't need a single Republican to vote for anything that they want to do up there. They pass whatever tax increases they want, and they do. They passed the gas tax, which was a record tax. So we need to stop that. We need to go up there and hold them responsible and accountable to the people, and we need to be relevant as a party up there. So that's a little bit about the district I'm running for. And I want to tell you a little bit about my opponent. Her name is Sabrina Cervantes. How many people know Sabrina Cervantes? So Sabrina currently represents my hometown of Corona, the 60th Assembly District. She's a career politician. She has no private sector experience whatsoever, and she is a sellout. She sold out the constituents of her district more times than I can count. She voted for the gas tax, making it more expensive for you to get to work and school every day. She voted to fund high-speed rail, which is Jerry Brown's train to nowhere. She voted to make California a sanctuary for criminals.
Woo!
Democrats like Sabrina pretend to care about the average person and hardworking students, but they don't. As tuition continues to increase to pay for bloated administrative salaries, apparently not security, Sabrina votes to take more money out of your pockets. Sabrina doesn't work for you. She doesn't work for me. She works for the special interest in Sacramento. 98% of the money she raises and spends comes from Sacramento. So you just follow the money, you can see who she answers to. I can no longer stand on the sidelines and watch our state continue to crumble into poverty. You know, we have the highest taxes in the country. Highest income tax, highest sales tax, and now the highest gas tax. And what do we have to show for it? We have more poverty than ever. California is the poverty capital of our nation. We have 13% of the population and a third of everybody on welfare. Socialism doesn't work. The Democrats have been in control for the last decade, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. And it's up to us to educate the public and let them know what the truth is. I am the son of legal immigrants. My parents immigrated from Lebanon in the 80s to escape a civil war. They came here seeking a better life and prosperity. And that is the reason I'm a Republican, because I believe in prosperity, I believe in freedom, and I believe that we are the party that's going to make California affordable again, not the Democrats. I grew up in Corona, and I graduated from Centennial High School. I was the first to go to college and then ultimately law school. I spent the last 6 years of my life as a prosecutor, first at the Riverside District Attorney's Office, and later at the U.S. Attorney's Office, where I unfortunately worked on one of the largest terrorist attacks in our country, the attack at San Bernardino.
Wow.
I left my job as a prosecutor and as an assistant U.S. attorney to run for state assembly. I'm in this race, and I'm in it to win it. And we're going to win. Under the system that Democrats have built in California, it now pays to be a criminal. I want to turn that around. We don't need to empty our prisons and put prisoners in our community. We need to build prisons. Just as we have not kept up with the infrastructure of our roads, our state has not kept up with the crumbling infrastructure of our prisons. We don't have a mass incarceration problem. We have a mass victimization problem in our state. And that's what we need to start talking about. So you have my commitment as a former prosecutor. I'm going to bring law and order to California. And we're going to start putting prisoners back in prison.
Start with the legislature. Start with the legislature.
We just had tax day. Who likes paying taxes?
Start with De
Who likes
Leon.
paying the highest taxes in the country?
Boo!
We get nothing. We don't even get security.
I know.
Again,
What the hell?
Thanks to politicians like Sabrina, our taxes have only gone up. Gas tax just went up 12 cents, and most people don't know it's going to go up another 6 cents next year. It's you know, like those bad credit cards. They give us an introductory rate. We get the 12 cents this year, and it goes up to 18 cents next year. And by the way, it's indexed, so it's going to continue to rise without any votes being cast.
Oh my God.
Everything's getting more expensive, including our car registration fees, and our roads are getting worse. Sacramento is making it harder for regular people like you and me to afford California. We all know we need to invest in our roads, but this gas tax is not going to fix our roads. Less than 10% will go towards increasing capacity of infrastructure. Most of it will go into funds and to fund the train to nowhere and other transit programs. We need money for roads. We don't need more money for our general fund. You know, Sacramento, they're like, I call them spoiled children, right? They had all this tax money. We have $170 billion. We have $6 billion in surplus, and they tell us we don't have money for roads because they squander the money. They squander it on social programs. They squander it on all kinds of stuff. On 3,500 Caltrans workers sitting around doing nothing, and then they come to us and they beg us to pay for roads. And I say, no. Use the money we gave you wisely, and then come back to us for more money. I pledge to make decisions based on what's best for my constituents, not what's best for special interests in Sacramento. With your help, we can win this race. We can take back our state, and we can stop the supermajority this year. It's doable. I need everyone's help. My district is the most competitive district in California. The registration's about even, and we can take Sabrina Cervantes out. I would ask each and every one of you to visit our website, takeback60.com, 60. You can use your phones right now, it's okay. Sign up for our social media, our Facebook, our Twitter, spread the word, and we could use your help. Even if you don't live in the district, you can help us on social media, you can walk, You can contribute a little bit of money here and there, because I'm not going to get any money from special interests. And we will take back our assembly. So with that, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for being here to support candidates like me and Aja and Andrew, and supporting Republican governor candidates, because we need a Republican up there. So let's hear from the rest of them, and eventually we'll hear from, is Travis Allen in the house yet? He's not here, but I guarantee you he'll make a grand entrance. Thank you, and God bless you. And now, I want to introduce you, Miss Aja Smith, who is a fantastic candidate for Congress running against Mr. Mark Takano.
Well, greetings everyone. My name is Aja Smith, and I'm a veteran running here in the 41st District against Mark Takano. My district encompasses Moreno Valley, Riverside, Paris, Yoruba Valley, and Mira Loma. So if you know anybody in those districts and you live in that district, vote Aja Smith. And go to my website, www.ajasmith.com. One thing about me is I walked in this campus and I see the protesters outside. I am a military veteran. I took my oath in 2002 to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States. My oath has not expired. Do you mind if I move around?
No, please do.
My oath has not expired. I come from a big military background. My grandfather served in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam.
Wow.
My great uncle was a Tuskegee Airman pilot. My grandmother served. My other grandfather was a Navy veteran. And I guarantee you, if they saw those protesters out there right now, they will not be protesting. Because my grandfather fought fascism. He fought Nazism. He was in the Berlin airlift. He has a long military decorated career. He's buried right now in National Cemetery. So when I saw them and they're telling me I'm the fascist, guess what? No, they have that history wrong. Because we have a teacher in Congress. Teacher for Congress, science. But guess what? That teacher taught them the wrong history. Taught them the wrong definition of fascism. And as a veteran, I understand national security. And as a congresswoman, I will ensure our national defense has the resources that it needs to protect our nation from overseas adversaries and on our soil as well. And we must maintain defense investment. One unique thing that we have in this district that I love so dearly, I call it my first home, is March Air Reserve Base. It's been here since 1918. It is one of the oldest and biggest military installations that we have. It's a beautiful base and great people that work there. But guess what? Mark Takano, he votes against defense spending. He votes, exactly, he voted for the government shutdown. And just imagine, that's his biggest constituents, 8,000 employees, and you're going to say, well, I'm going to vote for the government shutdown because the DACA deal was not in it. Now, people say, well, why not the DACA deal? Because when you have a defense spending bill, DACA and any other bill has nothing to do with it. And that's what people need to realize. And we have to make sure that our men and women who are protecting our nation and who are still overseas, and those bills have pay raises, and those pay raises help every single person who is serving, including getting food on their children's on the table for them, making sure they're sending money back home. But Mark Takano doesn't understand that because he's never served. I have served proudly for 10 years. And I am going to make sure that our men and women in the military get more funding, higher pay raises, so they can do their job. Another part of defense spending is the border. And I know it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, but it's not for me. I've been to the border. I've seen what they deal with. I have friends that are Border Patrol agents and also are custom agents, and the first thing they tell me, we don't have the money for adequate technology to do our job. So I took a trip down to the border, and I'm telling you, it is a hot mess. They don't have the resources. I was driving in the car, and they were showing me the border, and they said, oh yeah, watch out, there might be a sniper over there on the other side. I'm ducking and dodging. I'm like, oh crap, this is not good. And also, a lot of people don't know this, and if you want to see me later, I have pictures and videos. A lot of the sewage from Mexico is coming right into our country, and Imperial Beach on that side is closed because it's intoxicated.
It's right outside.
It's right outside. Now, we have a congressman who's a teacher for Congress and who thinks he knows everything about veterans. And he sits on the Veterans Committee as well. He didn't even know the TRICARE office left across the street from our Air Reserve Base. Now that's pretty bad. You sit on the Veterans Committee, you're the high-ranking chairman, and now he's the vice chairman, and he didn't even know that the TRICARE office left across the street from a military installation that you represent. We have to get him out finally in 2018. He is out of touch. He doesn't know anything. All he does is travels and gets a script from Nancy Pelosi on what to say, and that's about it. We have to make change this year. We have to. And another thing too, he is for high taxes and regulations. We have enough high taxes in this state. We have enough, so many businesses leaving. We need to support, get Bill in and get Andrew in and definitely get Travis Allen in so we can lower those tax rates on the state level, and I will make sure that the tax cuts that were presented by the president and passed through Congress, they stay low too, because we need jobs. We need jobs in this district. I come from a single parent household. I know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. And I don't want to see anybody living paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to see any more businesses leave. We have a great, thriving community. We have a beautiful community. I think we have one of the best districts here in the inland region. But we have to make sure that we get Mark Takano out in 2018, because he will, I'll put it this way, if the Democrats take the House and the Senate, Nancy Pelosi will be your House Speaker, and they will reverse every bill that was passed, and they will start impeachment on our president.
She's gonna bring damage.
They can bring a lot of damage. And guess what? Our friends out there, they're the anarchists and the fascists. And you see it's growing and growing. So we have to start waking up and getting out to vote. And that's why I said I am going to try to get Mark Takano out. But I need everyone's help. Like Bill said, we need help. And we need everybody's support. My website is www.aja4congress.com. I put my pamphlets on everybody's chair and so you can learn more about me. But we need help, because this is a pivotal time, especially in California. I'm a California native, born and raised here. And I love this state. And I've been to different states and different countries. I said there's nothing else like California. We have the most beautiful state with every resource. We can go to the beach tomorrow. We can go to the mountains the next day. Who can do that? But our opposition right now, they don't want us to do that. They don't want us to enjoy life. They want us to drive in potholes and have no businesses and go into the gulags eventually. But we cannot let them win. We have to get out and vote in the midterm, because I'm telling you, people think the midterms are going to be a low voter turnout. I troll their pages, and I see them. They're going to come out big, especially for primary. We have to get out there and vote. And definitely get Mark Takano out of District 41. We have to get him out. This is my home. This is our home. And it's time to take back California. It's time to take back District 41. To get him out, because the teacher for Congress is why you see those protesters outside. We cannot have that anymore. That upset me as a veteran, and I know great veterans in this auditorium right now. My grandfather's probably rolling in his grave. They don't understand what Nazism and fascism is. But I heard the stories that my grandfather told me. It was really sad. And I want to tell everybody, please support us. We're going to do it. Don't get discouraged if you see Teacher for Congress, but guess what? I am a Christian and I have faith in God. He's brought me this far. And I know He's going to help us here in the California. Say thank you everybody for coming out. My name is Aja Smith, and I'm going to be your next Congresswoman in your big loudmouth voice in DC. God bless. And God bless America.
Thank you, Aja. Thank you. Before I call the next speaker, I want to clarify one thing. When we criticize the policies of UCR to charge this speaking fee, we are not criticizing our men and women in blue and the UCR officers that are here doing their job protecting us. They're here somewhere, so let's give them a hand. Today more than ever, I can tell you as a former prosecutor, police officers, sheriff's deputies, they need our help and support. They're being vilified in the media. And sadly, yesterday, 2 officers were gunned down and shot while they were having lunch in Florida. And the media is creating this environment where they're devaluing police officers. So we need to fight back about that and pray for our men and women in blue. All right, our next speaker is Mr. Andrew Kachak, who is City Council member of San Jacinto and candidate for Assembly District 42. Andrew, there he is.
Thank you, Billy. How many of you believe that dealing with the group outside, the right way to deal with them is to be kinder, gentler, and more Christian with them?
Where are we going with this?
How many of you believe that sanctuary city status is a good thing?
No!
How many of you believe in global warming and we need to do more to protect ourselves from that?
No.
How many of you oppose our president's border policies?
Build that wall. Build that wall.
How many of you didn't vote for our president?
Speak now or
You
forever
see,
hold
this
your
is
pieces.
the problem I have with who I'm running against. Our Republican leader at the time in the assembly, Chad Mays, stood for all those things.
Still does.
You see, we're at a fork in the road right now on what the Republican Party stands for in California and what it should stand for as Democratic policy. And we have Republican leaders up there that are doing that right now, like mine, Chad Mays. You see, I am a family man raising my family here. I am a Navy veteran that gave to my country and took an oath. I am a small business owner that deals with policy and regulation that crushes us here in this state. I am a local elected official in this county that deals with all of these horrible policies, this decriminalization that we have, this illegal cartel activity that we embrace in our community, the wastefulness of our tax dollars that goes out to support those that aren't even citizens in our state.
Yes.
You see, I don't believe being passive anymore against what we hear outside is the right way. I believe we need to be active and go on the offense. What about you?
Absolutely.
Yeah! I believe that we have to oppose sanctuary cities.
Yes.
State by state.
Yes. City by city. County by county.
I believe that we have to fight the taxation of cap and trade or SB1 or any other tax that California is putting down on us and wasting our tax dollars.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe that President Trump is leading our nation in a fabulous way.
Yeah.
I believe in people like Travis Allen as governor, moving forward, making change on the backs of President Trump, and making change up in Sacramento.
Yes.
You see, it's all of us right now that get that, right? We get that, and we see it happening. We see this power happening right now across the state. We've already started across the nation, and now it's in our backyard in California. We see it with the rallies for Travis Allen. How many of you have been a part of those rallies? Yeah. Absolutely. You see, but it's not just us that's getting it. Right now, 53% of the Latino population supports the gas tax repeal.
There you go. They should. It should be 100% of everybody.
Right now, unions like our sheriff's union across the state oppose Democratic policy because AB 109, 4757, the 54 that we just had,
Yep.
they get that this is fracturing our communities and
Yes.
forcing public safety down upon us. It's the middle class that's being hurt to the low class. It doesn't matter what party you're a part of, just like this election with President Trump, it's not about this transgender bathroom issue here in California right now. It's not, right? They thought it was in 16. You saw it with Hillary Clinton as they cried. They cried.
Yes.
Right?
It was wonderful.
They're still crying today, aren't they?
Now they're filing lawsuits.
Do we want to make them cry some more?
Yeah! I like that.
This is how we're going to do it. This common message about this homelessness crisis that we have in California, guess whose fault it is?
Democrats.
Democrats.
Demo-rats.
Doesn't matter what city or community you're in.
Demon rats.
That's a part of it. The rights for illegal aliens and the illegal cartels that are operating here, guess whose fault it is?
Demo-rats.
Democrats. The cost of our goods and gasoline going up, and we're paying tolls twice, right? We pay tax on our highways and tax to be on the toll roads.
Oh my
Guess
God.
whose fault that is?
Demo-rats.
Democrats, that's right.
Losers.
That's right. That's right. You see, we have a common message right now, just like President Trump did at 16, that resonates through the moderate Democrats, the independents. We're the messengers, folks. We're the messengers right now, and we get that. And the great thing is we have a president at the top that's leading from the top down, and we've never seen this before, have we?
Right.
We have not seen this before. And just like we saw with African Americans and the endorsement of the founder of BET for President Trump,
Yes.
the African Americans have never seen this much prosperity since the 1970s. How about that?
Whatever.
If we have a president that can do that, if we have a president that can do repatriation that's never happened in our nation, ever, if we have a president who can do tax reform that hasn't happened for 20 years,
30.
if we have a president that can silently win against Hillary Clinton and make the Democrats cry, I think we can take back California. What do you think?
Yeah!
You see, folks, so taking out this Chad Mays, this rhino,
Please.
replace and repeal him,
Yes.
not a problem. And we're going to set an example to all the other Republicans, like Chad Mays, like McCain. If you act like a
Mark
Republican
Steiner.
and you betray us, we're not going to tolerate it.
Cut off their horns.
You see, Right now, we're at that fork, just like we won this election. If the population can't believe what we stand for fiscal reasoning, just like the president, right? What he stands for all of us, and this should be our message, right, to anybody, is what? What we're fighting for all of us. It doesn't matter what your race is, it doesn't matter what your sex is, it doesn't even matter what state, where you live in, or even your political views. What matters is that we provide safety and prosperity to all. So the message here is, as we go out, we're going to hear Travis Allen speak. Boy, last night he did great, so I can't wait to see what he does tonight. How many of you were there last night? Ready, right? Awesome, just awesome. So as we go out, this message here, right, to our neighbors, to the Democrats like we see out here, they think that the Democrats are doing such a great job in California when Governor Jerry Brown, out of the last 41 years, has been governor for over 33% of the time. 16 years out of the last 41.
Too much.
So when we look at our state and you talk to a Democrat, an independent, or a moderate, and you say, do you think California's broken? And they go, I don't know. Really? How are we ranked in education compared to every other state? Bottom of the bucket. Where do we stand in the nation, though, for revenue? The highest. Where do we stand in the nation for taxes? Being taxed?
Highest.
Highest. Are our highways broken?
Yes.
Are our dams broken?
Yes.
Is our prison system broken?
Yes.
Is our public safety broken?
Yes.
What about health care?
Yes.
What about our pension system?
Yes.
Even the high-speed rail train is broken.
It hasn't even started yet.
So let me get this straight, Democrats, or independents, or moderates. If they're doing such a great job, why are you voting for them? Why do you keep passing their gas taxes? It's time we repeal the gas tax.
Yes.
It's time that we stand up and say we're not a sanctuary state, we're not
Yes.
a sanctuary city, we're not a sanctuary county.
Yes.
And we say, vote with us and we'll take care of you, and we'll bring public safety back to you, and we'll bring prosperity back to you. And the way that we're going to do that is vote for Republican candidates like Aja, like Billy, like Andrew, and for people like Travis Allen. Thank you all for being my Republican family. We're going to continue this fight. We're going to take back California. And as I say, we're going to make California golden again. Thank you all.
Thank you, Andrew. You guys ready for Travis?
Yeah.
He's not here quite yet, but he's coming up. He's making his way up. So before Travis gets up here, I'm going to introduce the Vice Chair of the Riverside Republican Party, Nathan Miller, and they'll get you Travis.
Thank you very much. I'll be brief. I'm the Vice Chair of the Riverside County Republican Party. We meet every third Thursday of every month at the Mission Inn. If you've never been there, I highly encourage you guys to show up. That's how you get involved. If you come to the Riverside County Republican Party meetings, every organization is there. The Republican Assembly, Young Republicans, College Republicans, Republican Women, and of course the actual Central Committee itself, which is responsible for registering voters, getting involved in these elections, supporting people like Bill Isaley, Andrew Kotyuk, Travis Allen, and other folks that are running for office and getting them elected, turning our county red again, turning our state red again, and fighting ridiculous policies like the sanctuary state and SB 54. A bunch of us went to the city of Beaumont. We brought our signs, we brought our people. We showed up, I think, 3-1 compared to what the leftist agitators brought to that meeting.
Great.
And the city of Beaumont voted to oppose SB 54, and we won a victory there.
Yeah.
if you go online, if you go onto Facebook and you search for No Sanctuary, you will find the group page, No Sanctuary. Add yourself to it. That's where we're putting all the information throughout all the Inland Empire, explicitly San Bernardino and Riverside County. We're opposing the sanctuary state policy of SB 54 is coming up on agendas. So for those of you that are interested, or actually all of you should be interested, the city of Yucaipa is bringing it up on Monday. Monday at 6 o'clock, City of Yucaipa.
Good.
Show up there. They are bringing up SB 54 and
San
vote
Jacinto?
to oppose
What about
it
your city?
on their
May
agenda.
1st.
You
Okay.
can bet that
It's gonna be on the
left
agenda.
is going to be there.
Perfect.
When we were in the city of Beaumont, the Riverside County Democratic Party chairman was there. He brought in all of his people, all his full force, and he still couldn't beat us. We beat them. And
Yeah. Wow, that's great.
It was a huge victory. There's a lot of places still in the county of Riverside that aren't bringing it up, that aren't taking that position. The county of Riverside balked on it and said, oh, well, we don't really support SB 54, but we're not really going to bring it up on our agenda.
We need to change
We
that.
need to make them bring it up on their
Yes.
agenda. What we're going to do is we're going to start city by city, and we have a majority of cities in Riverside County. We're going to go back to the county of Riverside. We're going to force them to bring it back up on their agenda.
Good.
We're going to force them to vote against SB 54 and sanctuary state policies, because it's not about illegal immigration. Illegal immigration is a founding issue when it comes to sanctuary cities. But sanctuary cities protect convicted criminals that are here illegally. And the left is losing the argument because it proves exactly what they stand for: political expediency. They support illegal immigration because they want votes. They don't care about what's right. They don't care about keeping our state safe. They don't care about keeping our citizens safe. It's all at the risk of our public safety just to get votes. And when you're protecting criminals that are here illegally, that's not okay. People are coming here illegally and committing rape, they're committing murder, they are committing all kinds of heinous crimes. And if you weren't aware, not too long ago, with all the bills that have been passing to let convicted criminals out of jail early, the governor and Democrats were complicit in reducing a bunch of felonies to misdemeanors. And then the governor reduced the misdemeanor sentence from 365 days to a maximum of 364 days. You guys know why he did that? Because if you're in jail, whether you're a legal immigrant or you're here legally and not a citizen, and you get convicted of a misdemeanor and you're in jail more than 365 days, guess what happens?
Deported.
You get deported. But if you reduce it to 364 days, it gets you out of jail early and you don't get deported.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Travis Allen Show has arrived. Unite by Monday. All right, real quick.
A man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. For over 20 years, Travis Allen, this guy right here, has operated a small business as a certified financial planner. He is concentrated on investing and building secure retirements for working families and local business owners. As a financial advisor, he saw the damage done to portfolios of hard-working clients by government overregulation and bad policies. He has seen firsthand businesses being forced to relocate out of the Golden State and taking their jobs with them. Seeing this repeat itself too many times, he became politically active, and in 2012, he joined us in the state assembly in the 72nd district. As a state assemblyman, Travis Allen has fought for lower taxes, safe communities, better roads, and better schools. He knows that if we work together, California can once again be a place that is not only known for great weather, but a state that has the best schools, safe neighborhoods, thriving small business, and communities where hardworking families can afford to live again. Join me in welcoming Travis Allen.
How's everybody doing? I'm gonna move this so y'all can see me a little better. Let's put this behind me. What do you say? I mean, it is our flag after all, right?
Yes, it is.
And we are on our university campus right, are we? Does this belong to the government or does this belong to you, the people of California?
We the people.
Of the people, by the people, for the people. By the way, where are the protesters tonight?
They're right out there in the lobby.
Can we see them?
They're in the lobby.
All right, everybody wave to all the protesters. There you go. Hi, guys. Look, I got to tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed in the local protest chapters. This race is going to be the hottest race in the United States once we win in June. Are you with me? And you better believe when Travis Allen is running to your next governor, state of California, against Gavin Newsom and that Democrat political mafia machine run out of the Bay Area of San Francisco, once they see that we are about to take them down, this will become the hottest race, and we won't have 5 protesters, we'll have hundreds of protesters. Are you with me? So ladies and gentlemen, my story's, it's very simple, and many of you have heard it before, but I'd like to share it again. My name is Travis Allen. I was born in California, and I was raised in California. I was born in a town called San Diego, raised 5 miles from the border, a little place called Chula Vista. I've lived here my entire life. I started my business here. I started managing money in 1996. I'm a certified financial planner. I opened up my own company in 2001 because that is the American dream, to open up your own company, to be in charge of your own destiny in this country, regardless of who you are, where you came from, the color of your skin, or what you believe in. And it's been great. I've loved it. I actually even started my own family here. I finally got married in 2016. I waited for just the right girl. I found her. And we got married right here in California. So I was born here, raised here, I got my business here, I got my family here. But you know what? Even though my family's here, my parents are now gone. They're in Oregon. They wanted to build their home on the coast. It was too expensive in California. My brother's gone. He works for Raytheon. Those jobs used to be in Los Angeles. Now they're in Tucson, Arizona. My best friend left for Texas, where he doubled the size of his house, he doubled the size of his business, and he now pays no state income tax. And all those clients that I manage money for, they all started here in California. They now live in 22 different states around the nation because their families left, their jobs left, and their companies left. Raise your hand if you were a California citizen. Raise your hand if you were born here in California.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you know anybody who has left our state. Look at this, look at this. And raise your hand if you ever thought about leaving our state yourself.
Never.
This is the problem. Good for you, Art. Art's staying, and you know what? I'm staying too, and I'll tell you why. Because unless there's a hurricane,
Hell no.
there's no waves in Texas.
I was born here. I'm
so
not
we're
going
going to have
anywhere.
to take back California right now.
Yeah! Die here.
39 of the last 40 years, the California Democrats have run our state into the ground. 39 of the last 40 years, they have controlled the Senate and the Assembly, the entire legislature of California, and have given us the highest in the nation income tax, highest in the nation sales tax, a gas tax that we never voted for because Jerry Brown lied to each and every one of you when he said in 2010, no new tax without voter approval. Our corporate tax is one of the highest on the West Coast, which is why our companies are leaving for every other state, but they're not staying in California. In the last 7 years, we lost more Californians than we gained. 243,000 people left our state, taking over $8 billion with them to other states and even other countries. I will tell you right now that 24 of the last 40 years, of the last 50 years, Jerry Brown and his father have run our state into the ground. When I was a child, we had the best schools, we had the best water system, we had the best roads in the nation. Today, our roads are the second worst in the country. Our traffic is the worst in the country.
I know.
Raise your hand if you've been stuck in traffic today.
Yes!
I just came from Los Angeles, where I was on Fox News. Watch for it next week with William Dejaness. It took me 3 hours to get from downtown LA to Riverside.
It's insane.
Wow. That's an hour drive. It takes 3 hours because the California Democrats won't expand our freeways and fix our roads. The next time you're stuck in traffic, blame a Democrat.
Demo-rat.
They could have fixed it, but they didn't. Our water system is so bad now in California that Jerry Brown from 2014 to 2017 told you to turn off your tap when you brush your teeth. He told you to kill your front lawn. He said don't wash your car. And if you see your neighbor doing it on a Sunday afternoon in his driveway, call up the water company and get him a fine. He even told you to take short showers. But I'll tell you right now, I got a message for Jerry. Jerry Brown, get out of my shower. Let's store water in California. What do you say? Our water system used to be the pride of the nation. And you know this. We're in Southern California, right? It's kind of an arid area last time I checked. The problem is California has plenty of water. We just don't store it when it rains.
Right.
Over 50% of our water washes out every year to the Golden Gate Bridge. But it gets worse than that. Because you see, we're supposed to store at least some of it. But when we passed that $7 billion bond in the middle of the drought, which I voted for, not one penny was spent by the California Democrats to build any new water storage anywhere in the state of California. The California Water Commission, one of Jerry Brown's agencies, just came out with a report that said there are 12 water projects up and down the state of California, and not one of them makes economic sense. Think about this. We're in a drought that's so bad, he tells you to kill your front lawn, take a shorter shower, even report on your neighbors, and they can't build any new water storage anywhere in the state of California. I will tell you that when it finally rained, it burst Oroville Dam. 188,000 Californians had to get evacuated, and all of that water we saved from 2014 to 2017, every single drop washed out under the Golden Gate Bridge. Not one time over 10 times over. Because Jerry Brown lied and the California Democrats have failed. I will tell you, Detroit used to be the 4th greatest city in the United States. Motor City. Think about this. It was incredible. 6 decades of uninterrupted Democrat control turned this into a sinking black hole where you could buy a home for $1 and do farming in the middle of the city. San Francisco has not had a Republican mayor in 5 decades. Yep. Which is why you have maps of human waste so you know which streets you can walk on and which you can't. Which is why there's 22,000 intravenous drug users on the streets. And in July of this year, they're going to open up not just 1, but 2 heroin injection centers in their city. It is so bad that children got to walk over hypodermic needles on their way to elementary school. And when you look on the sidewalks, they glitter. And they don't glitter because there's diamonds. It's all the smashed in car windows. They had 31,000 car break-ins last year alone. Jesus. The likelihood of getting the culprit, less than 2%. This is what Jerry Brown and Gavin Newsom's vision of California for you is. This is what Tony Villar's vision of California is. In Antonio Villaraigosa's city of Los Angeles, you go downtown right now, and I know you go downtown because you told me right back there. 6 city blocks. 6 city blocks. They look like a third world war zone. Tents everywhere you look. 58,000 people sleeping out without a roof on their head every single night. Homelessness increased by 13% in California last year, but by 23% last year in Los Angeles. Do we want California to look like the streets of Los Angeles and the streets of San Francisco?
No!
Do we want 10 more years, 8 more years, 1 more year of the California Democrats controlling California and ruining our state?
No!
Did we win in 2016 in the United States?
Yes!
Do you think that according to the polls, that according to the mainstream media, do you think that Republicans actually got a shot to take back California in 2018?
Yes.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait, all the polls say you can't win. I mean, look, you know voter registration, it's
they said Trump couldn't win.
Republican and 41% Democrat. Let's say that again. It's 26% Democrat and 41% Republican. Oh no, that's after I'm governor. Today, it's 26% Republican and 41% Democrat. They control every single major statewide office. They have supermajorities in the Senate and the Assembly that have only been broken recently because so many of their members were thrown out over sexual harassment allegations.
Yes, they're pervs.
How can you possibly win in California when the Democrats control everything? How is that possible?
Because we got Travis.
I can't hear you. Say it again.
We got Travis.
You better believe it. In 2016, they said we couldn't win in this country. If you looked at every major poll, if you looked at every mainstream media outlet, we had no chance to win. We might as well not even have shown up. Does everybody remember that?
Yes.
Who here knows a Democrat? Raise your hand. Come on, we all do. There are neighbors, there are
Sadly.
friends, there are family, right? That's
We're working on them.
Keeps the holidays so fun. The point is this. Every single one of them in 2016, when you said, I think Donald Trump's going to win, what did they say?
They laughed at us.
They're crazy. There's no way it's going to happen. I mean, look at the polls. Crooked Hillary Clinton is going to be the next president. Did she win?
No.
Did she lose?
Yes.
Were we right? Yes. You better believe it. Let me tell you something right now. Every single major poll says that there's no way Republicans can win in California. As a matter of fact, the 3 polls that came out lately would tell you that Rhino John Cox is actually in second place in California.
Yeah.
Do you think that the PPIC has that right?
No.
Let me tell you something about this guy, John Cox. John Cox is from Chicago.
Yeah.
He just moved here in 2011 as
Dead
a permanent
voters.
resident. He says he's a lawyer, but he's not even legal to practice in California because he doesn't even hold his law license here.
Carpetbagger.
He didn't even care enough about us to vote in our elections in 2014, which means that he's actually running for an office that he's never even voted in the state of California.
Wow.
He used to run a radio show in Chicago called The Progressive Conservative. I'm still trying to figure out what that is. I
Obama.
think what that means. It means that you don't support the wall, but then you do support the wall, but then you don't support it again. Because if you hear him on Univision, he doesn't support the wall, but when he talks to the Tea Party, all of a sudden he's for it. I will tell you right now, you know a tree by its fruits and a man by his actions. Rhino John Cox voted for Jimmy Carter. He applied to be a delegate to the DNC, and even they turned him down. In 2016, he voted for
Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson.
Pothead.
Who believes in open borders, legalized drugs, legalized prostitution, and oh yeah, he's pro-choice as well. So John Cox wants to tell you he's pro-life, and he's got this pro-life council endorsement. Where's the votes, John Cox? Because all I've seen from him is supported Jimmy Carter and Gary Johnson. And last I checked, they're pro-choice. I will tell you right now, I want to see it. I want to hear from every single one of you. Do I have any Republicans in the room?
Yes!
Do I have anybody that voted for the Republican nominee for president in 2016?
Yeah!
If you voted for Donald Trump, I want you to stand up right now. Look at that. Look around. Everybody in this room voted for Donald Trump. There are more of us than there are of them. What California needs is a real Republican, a true conservative, someone with a vote record, someone with a track record, someone that actually supports the Republican nominee for president. Come on, guys. There was only 2 choices. If you didn't vote for Trump, you voted for crooked Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
You either stand for making America great again, for the U.S. Constitution, for the rule of law.
Yes.
For American exceptionalism.
Yes.
For secure borders and putting American citizens first. Yeah. For leading from the front, not from behind. The United States of America is not Europe, and it never will be. We left them hundreds of years ago, and look where we are today, leading the world. I will tell you right now, you must demand that your candidate for governor shares your values, shares your principles, and has a record to prove it.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on. Why does it really matter what the Republican candidate votes for? Why does that really matter? I mean, come on. If somebody says they're conservative, shouldn't that be good enough?
No.
Let me tell you something, guys. I've lived here my whole life. I was born right here in California, 1973. I love this state. This state is the greatest state in the nation. It's been run into the ground by idiots for decades now.
Yes.
Somebody asked me, what is Jerry Brown best at? And you know what I said?
Oh.
Lying.
Yes.
He lies to the California people. He has ruined our state. You know, he could have taken a page out of his father's book and at least built something with all his tax dollars that he took away from us, right? When Jerry Brown started in office, the general fund was $86 billion. Today it's over $131 billion. That's an increase of $45 billion, or over 50%. We got nothing to show for it, guys. Jerry Brown's bullet train to nowhere? Come on, are you kidding me? I will defund it in my very first budget. And you know what? I'm going to leave one section. You might have seen a picture of it. It's that little section that looks like a bridge in the middle of Central Valley. We're going to leave that standing. We're going to hang a sign on it. And the sign's going to say, Jerry Brown's legacy. We're never going to forget Jerry. So let me ask you a question. Why does it matter what the Republican nominee votes for? Who the Republican nominee votes for? Why do we really care? I'll tell you why we care. We care because we do not want another governor like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwartz a housekeeper.
Think about this. Think about this for a second. Arnold Schwarzenegger ran as a conservative, right? And you know what? Even for a year, he even sounded like a conservative. He gave us some great ballot initiatives. But as soon as he was beaten at the ballot box, as soon as he was beaten just once, think about this. Arnold the governor turned out to be very different than Arnold the actor. You see, Arnold the actor would have come back, right? He would have said, I'll be back. He would have been back over and over and over again until he won. Yeah. But did he ever come back? No. He went home and there was a Democrat waiting for him at home. He went to the office. He had a Democrat chief of staff. And that was the last we ever saw of him. Then he gave us AB 32, the Global Warming Solutions Act. Today, he talks about suing oil companies, and just 4 weeks ago said that he wants to bleed the Republican Party dry. I will tell you right now, Arnold Schwarzenegger, we don't need Republicans like you. John Cox, we don't need Republicans like you. We need rock-solid conservatives to take back California! Point something out.
Impeach Jerry Brown.
Jail Jerry Brown.
We got about 7 months left. 6 months and change. Listen to this, guys. Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
Integrity.
It matters because of all of us. 39 million Californians are counting on us. Us in this room right now, here today. And I'll tell you why. There's 330 million plus people in the United States. Some of them are Republicans. Some of them are Democrats. Some of them are declined state voters, right? Some of them are completely non-political. They just care about football. Good for them. God bless them. That makes them normal in my book. It doesn't matter what your party affiliation is. Because when Donald Trump cut taxes in the United States, he created $8 trillion of wealth for this country. Unemployment is now the lowest on record for Latinos and African Americans. It is the lowest since 2000. Jobless claims are the lowest since the year I was born in 1973.
Yes.
Think about this. Because of the economic prosperity that one man has created, families are now staying together. Children are better fed. Rents are being paid. People have hope again. All of a sudden, the United States is being respected around the world as the leader of the free world.
North Korea.
I tell you, we're going to take back California. And don't be fooled. That's kind of what we say. That's not what John Cox says, despite what you might hear in his radio ads.
Yeah.
When I tell you we're going to take back California, it's not just for the Republicans. It's for everybody. Because you see, every single one of the 39 million Californians has been cheated by the California Democrat Party.
Yes.
This is why we have the highest in the nation poverty
Raped.
rate, where 1 in 5 Californians lives below the poverty line. This is why we have exploding homelessness that went up by over 13.7% last year. And Californians are sleeping on streets and under bridges and on sidewalks. Violent crime rose by over 15.4% in the last 3 years because of AB 109, Prop 57, and Prop 47, the 3 laws of Jerry Brown, Gavin Newsom, and the California Democrats that let felons out of jail early and turned felonies into misdemeanors. I was in the offices of the Los Angeles Times in their editorial board. And I said, when I'm governor, I'm going to repeal AB 109, Prop 57, and Prop 47.
Yes.
I told the editorial board of the LA Times, I'm going to make California safe again. And you know what? They said, well, wait a second, Travis. Crime's been going down in California for decades. And they said, well, you know, up until a couple of years ago, because we're the state of 3 strikes, right? Caused crime to rot for decades. They said, but that's not the case. From 2014 to 2017, it rose by 15.4%. Violent crime. You know what they said to me? Well, that's just a blip.
3
Now,
years.
if you're a victim of violent crime, it's not a blip.
Kate Steinle.
I'm telling you right now, when Travis Allen is your next governor of the state of California, we will be the greatest state in the nation. We will bring economic prosperity back to California. We will make California safe again. And every single Californian, Republican, Democrat, declined to stay. Even these Antifa, BAM protesters right outside, their lives will be better too, because we are going to win in 2018. Think about this, because you see, the primary is now upon us. First week of May, absentee ballots come out. The election is June 5th. It's the top 2 primaries, the top 2 people advance. If you would listen to the polls right now, you might as well hang it up, because it's either going to be a Rhino or Gavin Newsom, right?
Hell no.
Worse and worser. Bad and badder. It's all bad. You know, when they give you 2 bad choices, you know what you say? I'm not taking either of them. I'm taking Travis Allen. I'm taking back California. Ladies and gentlemen, who here is following me on Facebook and join Travis Allen?
Yeah.
Yes. Nathan Miller, you're not following me? You better be following. Even though you're on the payroll of John Cox, you better be following me, brother. Let me tell you something. 460,000 followers on Facebook, reaching over 4 million people on a good week. This is for every single Californian. When I win, you all win. When you advocate for me, when you volunteer and join my 40,000 volunteers across the state, when you share those social media posts, when you beat back all those Rhino John Cox trolls that are being paid by Aaron Park and Nathan Miller and whoever else is paying us. By the way, let me tell you something, guys. We have something great in California. It's called transparency. We're going to have a political reporting period on April 21st. You go dig through John Cox's records, and you start looking at all the people he's been paying off up and down the state of California. And you're going to find that some of the people that are most against the Travis Allen campaign are on the payroll of John Cox. I will tell you right now that if money was all it took to be governor of California, Meg Whitman would be governor today.
That's right.
I will tell you that integrity matters. I will tell you that record matters.
John Cox is a
I will
liar.
tell you that experience matters. And you know what I'll tell you too? I'll tell you that I've won every single race that I've ever run in. And winning matters! This race is about every single one of you. This race is about every single person that you know in California. Think about this, 39 million people. How many people is that? At best, in our lives, we might know 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 people at the very most. We can't even fathom how many people 39 million people are. It's oceans, oceans of people. When we win, when you advocate, when you put that yard sign in your front yard, when you share that social media post, when you tell your friends and your coworkers and your family that there is a guy who is on fire for California, there is a guy who was born here and raised here and watched his whole family leave. There is a guy with a 100% vote record from the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, 100% vote record from the California Taxpayers Association, 100% record from the National Federation of Independent Business Owners, and yes, an A and an A plus from the NRA and the Firearms Policy Coalition.
Yeah!
When you tell them that Travis Allen has a 0% from Planned Parenthood,
Murderhood.
Because he's pro-life, and they say, well, wait a second, that's only 13, 15 in 2017. He got a 16% or 67% in 2016. You're going to say, yeah, that's because he voted for tax-free tampons. And last I checked, that's got nothing to do with abortion. That's right. When you tell them about Travis Allen, when you wear that Travis Allen shirt, who's wearing a Travis Allen shirt right now? Let's hear it for all the volunteers. Everyone wearing a Travis Allen shirt. When you put that yard sign in your front yard, when you wear that Travis Allen t-shirt with pride, when you put that bumper sticker on your car, when you put that rally sign in your window in your business or your home, and they say, who is that guy? You tell them Travis Allen's the guy that's going to save California. Because you see, Travis Allen believes in the message of Ronald Reagan. Travis Allen believes that our best days are ahead of us, not behind us. Travis Allen has a 5-point plan to take back California, and he's going to do it. And then you tell them this. When Travis Allen wins, he doesn't just win for Republicans. He wins for every single Californian. This is what's at stake. When you advocate, when you fight, when you donate to our campaign, when you volunteer to help me out, you are helping every single Californian, people you've never met and never known before. You are helping them keep their families together. You are helping their kids go to better schools and reform our broken education system.
Yes.
You are allowing the Central Valley farmers to do what they do best and farm. You are bringing back economic prosperity to the north of the state that has been bankrupted systematically by the Democrats and extreme environmentalists because they won't let them have a timber industry. So when the fires come, they're going to wipe out their entire communities because they can't sustainably manage their forests. And of course, yes, make all that money to bring into their local communities safely, cleanly, environmentally friendly. When we win, we benefit everybody in gold country that's going to be able to start mining again. Cleanly, safely, environmentally friendly. When we win, we're going to drill for oil again in Bakersfield and across California, onshore and offshore. We're going to do it cleanly, safely, environmentally friendly. There's no reason we should import 70% of our energy needs every year in California and send your tax money and the money out of your pocket to other states and other nations. We will be energy independent in California, and we will export our oil and gas because we're going to have so much of it. When we win, ladies and gentlemen, you win for every single Californian. I will tell you right now that next 8 years of your life will be the best years of your life. And I will tell you one last thing. Ladies and gentlemen, when Travis Allen is your governor of the state of California, and Republicans have finally taken back the governor's seat for a true conservative Republican, California will change the electoral map in the nation for a generation.
Yes.
We're keeping the White House. Raise your hand if you're a California citizen.
Yes.
Yep. Raise your hand if you think California should put California citizens first. Yeah! In my first 100 days in office, I will go up and down the state. I will gather the signatures to call the special elections to reverse the illegal sanctuary state.
Yeah!
I'm no Johnny-come-lately to this fight. Last year, I authored AB 1252. AB 1252 would have defunded every sanctuary jurisdiction across the state of California. Of course, the Democrats killed that one. So in January of this year, I was on Tucker Carlson. Anybody here watch a little Fox News? A little bit of Tucker Carlson, a little bit of Fair and Balanced, right? He is amazing. And I was on his show, and I said, you know what, Tucker? Because I'd heard the White House might watch a little bit of Tucker Carlson. I said, it's about time for Jeff Sessions and Donald Trump to come to California and sue California. And I am very proud to report that just a month ago, Jeff Sessions came to California and they're suing California. I introduced legislation this year to reverse the illegal sanctuary state. 3 weeks ago, after a city in my assembly district that I've represented for 6 years, tiny Los Alamitos, a town of just 12,000 people, voted to opt out of the illegal sanctuary state.
Yes.
I started a petition. I have had over 35,000 California citizens sign in over 300 cities to tell their cities to opt out. The cities of Huntington Beach and Westminster, right in my district in Orange County, have joined that federal lawsuit. Sheriff Sandra Hutchins in Orange County now posts the names of every criminal that gets released. So ICE can check and see if they're here legally or not, and if they're here illegally, they pick them up before they're ever in your community.
Yes.
The Orange County Board of Supervisors just voted to join on to the lawsuit.
Yes.
The Board of Supervisors in San Diego just voted to join on the lawsuit. Escondido, Aliso Viejo, Yuba City, the list goes on, and we're just getting started. When I tell you we are going to reverse the illegal sanctuary state and follow and enforce federal immigration law, I mean we're going to enforce federal immigration law and we will reverse the illegal sanctuary state. And when President Trump calls up Governor Travis Allen and asks for some National Guard support down on the border, I'm not going to put handcuffs on them. I'm going to send them and more, and we're going to secure our border.
Yeah!
Oh, if only those protesters could hear us now. Ladies and gentlemen,
I think they can.
Who here came here in a car tonight? Who here came in a car? Yeah, oh, a bunch of us did. Look at that. Who here locked their car when they left their car? Who here, when they left their house this morning, locked the front door?
I lock my door. I have a wall around my house.
Why wouldn't we secure the borders in the United States of America so we know who's coming in and that they come in the front door the way it was intended by the U.S. Constitution? Are you with me? As your next governor, state of California, we will put citizens first. We will make sure that your most sacred civic duty is protected, and we will have voter ID in California. And then we're going to get on to business. The 5-point plan. I'm going to tell you very simply. Number one, we are going to cut taxes, starting with the repeal of the gas tax on day one. You may have heard that I am the original author of the repeal of the gas tax. I took $2,000 out of my own pocket. I walked down to the Secretary of State's office, filed it myself, scratched out 37 pages of unnecessary law that gave us this gas tax we never voted for and we don't need. 6 months later, I had fought the Attorney General and beaten him in the California Supreme Court because he was trying to lie to the people of California. That decision was overturned in the Liberal Court of Appeals because we all know how those guys work. Then I took it to the Supreme Court. They refused to even hear the case because Jerry Brown had appointed 3 justices, and we know that the legal system is now broken in the state of California.
Oh boy, do
so
I.
I joined my effort with the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association. To date, we've gathered thousands of signatures. We have tens of thousands of volunteers, and I will tell you right now, we will repeal your gas tax in California. And then we're going to go after every single other tax. We're going after the highest in the nation income tax, highest in the nation sales tax. We're going to lower those corporate taxes. We are going to start cutting regulations in the state of California. I'm going to appoint brand new heads to all of those 500 plus agencies in California. On day 1, Mary Nichols is getting fired. On day 1, Janet Napolitano will be out of a job.
Yes.
That'll teach her to keep a $175 million slush fund while she's trying to raise tuition on California students. We are going to get rid of entire agencies like the California Air Resources Board,
please,
which has far exceeded its original mandate. I will tell you right now, when Donald Trump cuts for every new regulation, he's cut 22 regulations. That's what we need to do in California. When we take back California, lower your taxes, get rid of all these unelected bureaucrats, change up all of these state agencies, we're gonna start it out by hanging a sign. And the sign's going to go on your California state capitol that belongs to you. It's going to be big. It's going to be bright. It's going to be neon. And you know what it's going to say, ladies and gentlemen?
Open for business.
It's going to say open for business! No longer is the governor of Texas coming to California and taking our people and our jobs and our company. You are going to see Travis Allen go into Texas, and I'm bringing him back! We will bring economic prosperity back to California, and then we're going to make California safe again. We're going to repeal AB 109, Prop 47, and Prop 57. No longer are felonies misdemeanors. No longer are criminals being released early from jail. No longer are 10,000 sex offenders going to be released into our communities early from jail by Jerry Brown's Prop 57. If you're a criminal in California, if you do the crime, you will serve the time. There is only one candidate in the governor's race that actually believes that we should have a death penalty in California for the worst crimes.
That's right.
That person is Travis Allen, and I'm going to be your next governor. Remember I was telling you about this rhino John Cox from Chicago? He doesn't even support the death penalty for people like Timothy McVeigh. Wow. Think about that. $90,000 a year, $90,000 a year is what you're paying for, what we're all paying for over 700 inmates that are on death row. Why should Charles Manson be allowed to live for decades in California? Did we ever think he was going to get rehabilitated? Think about this. There must be punishment for the very worst crimes in California. We owe it to the victims. We owe it to their families. When I am your governor, there will be justice in California. And let me tell you something. When my wife calls me from 10:30 at night, she's in that grocery store parking lot, and there's a couple people that make her feel nervous. She shouldn't have to call me. She shouldn't have to call her local law enforcement officer. She should have the ability to protect herself wherever she is, anytime, anywhere.
Constitutional
because
carry.
The Second Amendment is your right, not a privilege, in California.
Constitutional carry. Constitutional carry.
California is going to be a shall issue CCW state.
Constitutional carry.
Last year, there were 0 violent crimes caused by any CCW holder in the state of California. Right? because we know who they are, they've gone through their criminal background, they've done special training, shall issue state in California. We're getting rid of that handgun roster, and we're getting rid of Gavin Newsom's ammunition registry nonsense. You gotta say it, what can you say? By the way, I had to struggle because I had another word in mind and it wasn't nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, you should have the right to protect yourself.
Hello.
Whether you're a man or a woman, young or old, rich or poor, anywhere in the state of California, in any city, you must be safe anywhere in the state of California. Which brings us to our homelessness problem. Out of control, bigger than any city or any community can handle. Just ask Orange County. They're shuttling around from city to city. It's a whole mess. But at least they're no longer in that riverbed. I will tell you right now, we need to recreate the state institutions. But we got to do it better than it's ever been done before. This problem is bigger than any city or any county. We must have state institutions where people that are on our streets can get the help they need. Whether it's mental services help, whether it's substance abuse counseling, whether all they need is just a roof over their head to get that job and back up on their feet. That will be provided for them, but no longer will they be allowed to live on our sidewalks, on our streets, and under our bridges. They must be taken care of, and when I'm your governor in California, we will clean up the streets of California. You have the right in California to clean streets and clean cities. The most vulnerable among us in California have a right to our care. But we will enforce our laws. We will no longer have loitering, vagrancy, public camping. There's laws against all of that. When the ACLU comes knocking on our door to sue us, I'm going to be smiling, waiting right there for him. And I'll tell you right now, Governor Travis Allen is going to send the ACLU packing.
Please.
Keep in mind, the ACLU, I mean, look, I'll tell you about, 30% of the time they got some good ideas like protecting our privacy. I like that a lot. But when they want to fight and sue my city of Los Alamitos, California for opting out of the illegal sanctuary state, right? When they want to sue cities from enforcing their anti-loitering, anti-camping, and anti-vagrancy laws, when they are taking money from George Soros, who, guess what? John Cox just gave money to one of his affiliates in 2016. I'll tell you right now, anything affiliated with George Soros is going to have to go in California. George Soros is no friend of the United States. George Soros is the biggest campaign contributor to Gavin Newsom. Go look it up. We don't need any more of George Soros in California. Are you with me? We're going to cut your taxes. It's getting hot here, isn't it? We're going to cut your taxes. We're going to make California safe again. We're going to clean up your streets. And then you know what? We're getting you down the road. Because the 91 freeway is a nightmare. If I got to spend 3 hours in traffic just coming from Los Angeles, when I drive from the capital, San Francisco, same thing. It's 3 hours. It's insane. Second worst in the nation road, worst in the nation traffic. We don't need any more money. General fund was $86 billion, now it's $131 billion. That's plenty of money to fix your roads, expand your freeways. The California Assembly Republicans came up with a plan 2 years ago. Would have saved $7 billion off the existing state budget. Would have fixed our roads, expanded our freeways with no new taxes. Instead, Jerry Brown bribed 4 legislators over $1 billion, including Sabrina Cervantes, right here, bribed with your tax dollars to pass the largest gas tax increase in California's history. I was on a plane, a Southwest plane. I've taken about 50 flights so far this year. Sitting next to me was a very nice woman. She was a Democrat. We started talking about issues. And when we got to the gas tax, you know what she said to me? She said, I hate that gas tax. This hurts the poorest and the hardest working in California the very most. And you know what? She's exactly right. The gas tax hurts that person that lives out here in the IE, that commutes back to Orange County every day for that job, that has to spend an extra $2.50 every time she fills up her tank, that has to spend an extra $25 to $175 on her car registration every year just to pay for Gavin Newsom and Jerry Brown to go waste it in Sacramento. This takes money off of her table, out of her kids' pockets, and time out of her hands. I will tell you, when I am your governor in California, we're fixing our roads, we're expanding our freeways, and you will no longer be stuck on the 91 in Riverside. You're making money. You're living in a safe state. You're actually getting where you want to go on time. Could you imagine I could be on time? I have a 5-month-old baby girl. Just turned 5 months 3 days ago. I want her to go to California public school as well. I went to California public school. Raise your hand if you went to a California public school. When we went to school, they were the best in the nation. Now they're among the very worst because the California Teachers Union has spent hundreds of millions of dollars of your taxpayer money to elect more Democrats to give us one of the worst education systems in the nation. We will give parents choice again in California to send your kid to the very best public school, the very best public charter school, or even homeschool your children if you wish. We're going to get rid of state-mandated Common Core and let the locals decide. And you know what? No longer will every child get a trophy in California. You're going to have to earn your education in California. We're going to test the kids when they go to the grades. We're going to test them so they can make it on to the next grade. But no longer will 5th graders be reading the 2nd grade level. We're going to teach reading and writing and math in the classroom again. We're getting rid of the leftist propaganda in California schools. Are you with me? I got a little news flash for any of these UCR professors here that think their job is to indoctrinate their students into leftist ideology. Your job is to do what the taxpayers of California are paying you to do. That is to educate our children, not feed them leftist propaganda. Are you with me? It's our money. It's our schools. It belongs to us. No more failing children. Teach your subjects in school. Hold everyone accountable. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to complete that California State Water Project. This doesn't mean we're going to steal the water from the north. We're definitely not draining that delta. Those delta tunnels will never get built. But what we're going to do is we're going to build brand new water storage up and down the state of California. We're going to build it above ground. We're going to build it below ground. We're going to build Sites Reservoir, Temperance Flats. We're going to raise Shasta Dam. We're going to do desalination in San Diego and Huntington Beach. When it rains, we're going to store that water, and it will no longer flow out of the Golden Gate Bridge and get wasted. When I am your governor of California, you're all taking long showers. Every Californian can have a green lawn, and we're going to flood the Central Valley. Are you with me? I will tell you that the 8 best years of your life stand right in front of you. I will tell you, you're going to look down in your newspaper on June 6th and it's going to read, Travis Allen challenges Gavin Newsom to be the next governor of the state of California. I will tell you that the byline is going to read, polling shows that they're within single digits to low double digits of each other. The very next day, this becomes the hottest race in the entire nation.
Yes.
Because once the president and nationwide Republicans figure out that we're that close, we're this close to taking back the governor's seat in California, it will change this country for a generation.
Yes.
And it starts right here in this room because of you. Envelopes out now. Let's get them out. Everybody's got it. Who's got an envelope here? Who's got an envelope? Hold them up. I want to see them. There you go. Give me some. Katie, I need some envelopes. Bring me some. I want an envelope in every single hand right now. Thank you.
So here it is, folks.
There you go. Look at this. I am here to serve. All right. You got it. Fantastic. Everybody's got it. Hold them up. Hold them up. Shake them around. Look at these. Look at these. A sea of Valentine's Day cards. Ladies and gentlemen, these are my Valentine's Day cards. These are my love notes. If you love your state, if you love the words I tell you, if you love your country, if you are tired of seeing Gavin Newsom and Jerry Brown and people like Barack Hussein Obama and crooked Hillary Clinton running our state and our country into the ground, I need your help.
Knock them off.
Oh, you better just wait. I got news for Libby Schaff and Javier Becerra.
Yeah! Yeah!
It doesn't involve the private sector. I'll start right there. Ladies and gentlemen, hold these envelopes up and shake them around. If you love your state, if you love what I say, if you want California to once again be the greatest state in the nation, I need your help. Gavin Newsom has $19 million. I have raised over $1 million from 12,000 donors across the state of California in rooms just like this. My campaign contribution limits are $29,200. Married couples, Dan, $58,400. Ladies and gentlemen, I take cash. I take checks. I take credit cards. If you are watching me online right now, go to jointravisallen.com, hit that donate button. I need your help. The only way we will win this is if every single Californian steps up. Right. And stands up against Gavin Newsom, Jerry Brown, and Rhino John Cox. I need your help right now to take back California. Are you with me? Yes. Let me see some campaign t-shirts. Let me see what those look like. Hold them up, Azure. There we go. Look at that. They're big, they're beautiful, they're colorful. They say Travis Allen for governor, and it's time to take back California. Every donation tonight gets a campaign t-shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Travis Allen. I am here for you. I will stay here until the last person is gone. I think we already outlast all our protesters. I will take pictures with you. I'll sign your shirts. I am here for you. Nathan Miller, I am here for you, my friend. Join me, and ladies and gentlemen, let's take back California!
Thank you, Travis. You guys enjoy that? Did he disappoint?
No!
I just wish he had more energy. All right, so we're going to close it out tonight with the president of the UCR College Republicans, Alan Wynn. Thank you.
This is anticlimactic. All right, folks, you've got the message. Here we go.
Hello, my name is Alan.